Here's a quick explanation how to use the balustrade drawing on our website. So the first screen will be this, and you'll start by choosing a system. Choose for instance, the airfoil system. You can have a look at the section of it to see it's the one that you want. After that, you select the glass that you wish and the color, and you click next. This opens up a screen of different preset models that you can choose from. Choose one of the models that best represents the shape of your balcony. It doesn't need to be exact. You can adjust it in the sections as we move through, but let's start by choosing a three-sided balcony, for instance. Now this opens up with some preset dimensions that you can adjust now. To show you which side is which, it opens up with different measurements. So you've got 1501 on this side and 1502 on this side, and you will see the corresponding 1501 and 1502. Now this screen, you can change the dimensions of the balcony. For instance, if you want to make this 1 meter long, then you will see that this length changes to 1 meter. If you want to change the 4 meters to 3 meters, and if you want to change the 1502 to 1200, let's say, then the dimensions have changed. You can also change the angles that are on each section. Now the angles represent the direction. So 1000, first section is going in a 90-degree angle. The 3000, which is along here, is going at a 0 angle, and the 1200 is going at a 270 or minus 90. So you can always open that up and see the directions. So you want to change, let's say, the first one to be at 80 degrees. Then that angle changes here, and obviously the angle between the sections is now the angle between these two. If you want to change this one to be 15 degrees, so and so forth, you can play around with the angles until you reach the exact shape and length of your balcony. As you make changes, you will notice that the price up here adjusts itself. So as you're going through, you can all the time see the cost of the balustrade as well. Now there is a start type and an end type. So you can have either a wall, so where the balcony ends at a wall, or it can end at an end post. So if you've added an end post, you will see that an end post has been added here. You can, if you want to print something or see it clearer even on the screen, you can create a PDF which shows it a little bit better and clearer than it does on the screen itself. Let's adjust this back to being a square balcony, just for simplicity. And this is now your balustrade. It starts on an end post and it ends on a wall. That means the handrail here fixes to a wall. The next thing I'd like to show you is how you can change the design by adding or removing a section. So if you want to add a section, so you've got 3 sections to the balcony and you want to add a section, you enter the size of it. Let's say 1500. Now it's added this section at 180 degrees, but say you want it to go in that direction, you change that to 0 degrees, and then the balustrade is going in that direction. Now let's say you wanted, you don't want that section, then you can delete it, and it removes that section. And in this way you can formulate any shape or as many sections as you'd like for the drawing to have, for the balustrade to have. You can also go back to the models and pick a different model. So you pick this one, and now let's say you want to pick this one. It asks you, are you sure you want to change the model, because it will zero all the changes that you've made. And you say OK, and it opens up a new model with that shape. You can do that as many times as you like, and until you find the shape that you want. You can also start with just a one line and build it yourself. You can say I want it at a meter long, going 90 degrees, and add a section at 5 meters long at 0 degrees, and so forth. Add another one at 1100 return, in this fashion. The next thing I'd like to show you is the views that you can have. You can, right now the default view is an overview. You can open this up and see the handrail dimensions. So this is now showing you, still showing you the measurements that you've entered, and this is now the handrail dimensions. You can view the bottom rail dimensions, and you can view the glass dimensions. And as before, you can always print a PDF or view the PDF online, and you can go back, change view, and create another PDF, and they just get added here. You can print them or look at them afterwards, or close them, and remain with the view that you prefer most when you're doing your design. And another couple of help buttons here that can help you with the design. If you meant for that side to be on this side, and or the balustrade to be mirrored, let's say you had a particular shape and you actually meant it to be the mirror of that shape. Let's say you designed it this way and you actually wanted it to be the mirror of this. You can press mirror and it creates the exact mirror of what you designed. And if you wanted actually this not to be the outside, and you meant that this was the outside and that is the inside, this side, you can invert the design, and then this is now the inside of the balcony and this is the outside. So these two buttons, that's what they do. You can mirror or you can invert. Once you've completed your design exactly how you wish it to be, then you can move to the advanced section. If you want to make some changes that are not possible in here, there are some additional options in this place. If, for instance, your wall doesn't meet the handrail at 90 degrees and there is an angle here, you can change the wall angle and have it at a certain degree that the wall is going. So let's say the wall is at 15 degrees, that will give you a 75 degree angle with the handrail to the wall. You can delete it and it reverts back to what it was, which was 90. And the wall glass distance means that you can increase the distance that you currently have between the wall and the glass. So let's say you wanted to avoid something that was close to the wall and you wanted an 80 millimeter distance, then that shortens the glass there. You can see it a little bit more clearly on the PDF. And the same with the bottom rail. So you wanted to shorten the bottom rail by 70 millimeters, and you will see this here that you've shortened the bottom rail. These are advanced features. You can do the same changes on either side, or if you delete them, you revert back to the original. As you're making any changes, the price will change. You can, at any point that you want, save the information here as a quotation, and that will prompt you to enter some details, and then the quotation will be emailed to you. You can also, if you want to create or keep the design, then you can save the drawing, and this will save the drawing. Depending on your browser, it might just directly save it in your downloads, or if you'll set your browser to two different settings, then it will just save this drawing as a JSON file, and you can save that. And this is now the design of this drawing. So if we go to general options and we want to start again, and it says OK, that means we're blank again, and then in the future, if you go into this, you can open the drawing that you created previously, and then you're back to what you'd created, and can continue working with that. Now you can move through these different tabs, and you can go back and you can remain with the dimensions but change system. So from aerofoil, for instance, you change to the orbit system, and you can see that it has a different section, and that automatically updates the drawing, and it'll show you it now with the orbit system. You can change to let's say the structural glass system above floor level. That will show you the section. In this case, you'll have to choose the glass and color again, but the dimensions remain from the previous, and you can see the glass dimensions, bottom rail dimensions. There is no handrail here, so you won't have a handrail view. And you can revert back to aerofoil system if you like, and enter again the color that you wish, and change the model, change the sections if you like, and reach the point where you're happy with the design. Next to the Create PDF, there is a legend which explains to you what each of the colors of the drawing represents. Once you've completed your design, and you're happy and you want to purchase the balustrade, you get two options. One option is to complete and fully design your balustrade online. That wins you a discount, and you can proceed with that. Or you can order and complete the design offline, and we will take your order and contact you through our technical department to move you through the design process. Let's say you choose to go with an offline order. You can add that to cart, and then at that point you can either go to the cart and check out, or you can draw a new balustrade, or you can use this design to add another one. If you do that, it leaves all the data on there, in which case I'll show you what happens when you want to choose and complete the design online. It's a very simple process. You go through to the next, and then it'll open up a new tab here, which then gives you all the things that you must check and approve. So the color that you've chosen, the glass that you've chosen, and here will be basically the PDFs of the dimensions that you are approving. So you'll need to approve the handrail and post dimensions, the bottom rail dimensions, which you can open and print, and the class dimensions, the height in the system section, which is a PDF, which you check and approve. The post section shows you the section of post that you've chosen. The detail on the wall bracket on the left hand side, and the detail of the wall bracket on the right hand side. Obviously you can print that and check each of them. There's a technical and delivery appendix which you should read and make sure that you understand. And you, once you've ticked all the approval boxes, then you can add this balustrade as an approved balustrade to your cart, the same as you added the previous one, and do the same. You can go to the cart and check out, and or you can draw a new one or duplicate. This brings you back to the beginning of this, and that's basically it. One last thing maybe would be your ability to zoom in to the drawing, and if you want to reset it, it brings you back to the center, and you can zoom in on details. You can change the view and zoom into the corners, etc.